Arrested? For what?
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for when situational comedies made fictional references or jokes about scenarios that later manifested in real life.
Who can forget the night OJ came by to sell us new instructional videotape?
Number 10. Blinky the Three-Eyed Fish, The Simpsons. This is one of the stranger predictions of the many that occurred on The Simpsons, and it was one that we definitely never thought we'd see in real life. Way back in Season 2, Blinky the Three-Eyed Fish was caught by Bart, and whose mutation was caused by the nuclear waste from the power plant. We see Blinky a few times throughout the series, and the idea of this mutation coming from nuclear waste seemed too ridiculous to be true.
Many of you consider him to be a hideous genetic mutation. Well, nothing could be further from the truth. But don't take my word for it. Let's ask an actor portraying Charles Darwin what he thinks.
But in 2011, years after Blinky first graced our screens, an actual three-eyed fish was discovered in Argentina. Where was this fish located, you ask? Near a nuclear power plant. Matt Groening, just know that we see you.
All right, three-eyed fish. Can I have your plate, Mr. Burns?
Number 9. Hyde Goes to Jail, That 70s Show.
Look, Red, I gotta talk to you about something.
Arrested? For what?
Danny Masterson played Stephen Hyde, the rebellious but lovable bad boy of That 70s Show who seemed destined to be a jailbird. But in real life, Masterson turned out to be far darker than even what we were seeing from him on our television screens. In the show, he's arrested for possession when he covers for Jackie, and throughout the series, he makes a lot of references to being doomed to spend his life in prison.
So, what's it gonna be, Stephen? Prison, death, or a birthday party?
But fast forward to 2023, and Masterson has actually been sentenced to 30 years to life in prison for terrible crimes. And that is no sitcom joke. Number 8. Border Wall, Arrested Development. George and Lucille Bluth were some of the most entertaining characters in this comedy, but who would have thought that one of their schemes would eventually actually kind of play out in real life?
That's when Job was given a new job.
You better start to build this wall pronto.
During the show's 4th season, we witnessed the first of many references to the wall that the Bluths are trying to build between Mexico and the United States.
Who wants to help me build a wall to keep Mexicans out of America? Oh, all right.
The first reference to the wall on the show was years before Donald Trump pushed the idea during his presidential campaign. As we know, Trump continued to try to build a wall during his time in the Oval Office. And how could the Arrested Development writers resist poking fun at their prediction?
Who wants to help me build a wall for no reason? It's a different wall!
Number 7. Cubs win the World Series, Parks and Recreation.
Chicago! The Big Apple!
Back to the Future Part 2 came close with their prediction that the Cubs would win the World Series, but Parks and Recreation really hit it out of the park. During an episode that takes place in a flash forward in 2017, Tom and Andy learn from Lucy that everyone in Chicago is feeling good after the Cubs' World Series win. It doesn't seem like a monumental scene when you're watching the show, but in hindsight, it's definitely a fun moment to rewatch, considering the Cubs won the series in 2016.
The curse reversed, a historic 8-7 win in extra innings for the Chicago Cubs in what turned out to be an epic nail-biter, their first World Series title since 1908.
This makes us wonder what else will come true from this show's predictions, and we can only hope that Leslie Knope will actually be president one day.
And obviously everyone's in a really great mood now because of the Cubs winning the series.
Number 6. Facebook. Friends. While social networking sites had been around for a few years by the time this Friends episode premiered, one everyone hadn't seen yet was Facebook. While the website now is open to anyone who wants an account, Mark Zuckerberg originally created it for college students. In the one with the memorial service, Ross and Chandler stumble upon a site where they can keep in contact with their former classmates, which leads to a hilarious slew of posts from each of them about the other one.
Hey, have you seen this? It's our new alumni website for college. It's cool. You can post messages for people, let everyone know what you're up to.
Oh, great. A faster way to tell people that I'm unemployed and childless.
This came out 1 year before Zuckerberg's creation. And who knows, maybe this episode sparked some inspiration for him.
My colleagues and I are doing things that no one in this room, including and especially your clients, are intellectually or creatively capable of doing.
Number 5. Colonel Gaddafi, Second Chance. Many people are not familiar with the short-lived sitcom or the strange prediction it made, which makes this whole thing that much more bizarre. In the first scene of the first episode of Second Chance, we see Colonel Muammar Gaddafi, the former ruler of Libya, after his death.
You never could take a joke Now it's time for you to be judged.
In the episode, which premiered in 1987, we see Gaddafi's future date of demise as July 29, 2011. In reality, he died on October 20, 2011. To make this whole situation just as unbelievable as possible, he even died in real life the same way he did in the show, from several gunshots. Honestly, we can't even wrap our heads around this one, even though it was just a crazy coincidence. Number 4. Harvey Weinstein, 30 Rock. While the series was known for its witty humor and memorable one-liners, some of the seemingly throwaway jokes on the sitcom actually had some ominous truths behind them. Not once, but twice, Jenna talks about her experience with Harvey Weinstein, once mentioning that she's turned down his advances a few times and talks about being trapped underneath him at a party.
Oh, please. I'm not afraid of anyone in show business. I turned down intercourse with Harvey Weinstein on no less than 3 occasions out of 5.
Considering Weinstein's later conviction that landed him in jail, these 30 Rock moments are pretty jarring, and we wince to think about where these so-called jokes may have originated from.
A court in Los Angeles has sentenced Harvey Weinstein to 16 more years in prison.
Number 3. Kevin Spacey, Family Guy. We aren't sure how Family Guy predicted this way back in 2005.
$10, $5, $8 and I'll do it. Fine.
In the season 4 episode Don't Make Me Over, a decidedly unclothed Stewie runs across the mall claiming that he just escaped from Spacey's basement. In 2017, dozens of individuals came forward accusing Spacey of sexual misconduct. In 2 lawsuits that followed, Spacey was cleared of wrongdoing. We don't know what the Family Guy writers had in mind when writing this scene, but the passing joke seems to anticipate the accusations against the actor that came out over a decade later. Number 2. Bin Laden in Pakistan. Scrubs. The janitor on this show was already a mysterious character, as we didn't even know his name until the original series finale of the show. So him making this comment about Osama bin Laden is quite astonishing. In a season 6 episode, he says that he thinks the search for bin Laden should be focused on Pakistan, and years later, that is exactly where bin Laden was found.
In my opinion, we should be looking for bin Laden in Pakistan.
You have that globe nearby?
The hunt for Osama bin Laden had been going on for a long time by the time he was captured. So how did the Scrubs writing team know his whereabouts when even the United States government didn't? Only the janitor knows for sure.
Why do you keep a globe on your janitor cart?
In case I get lost.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. President Trump. The Simpsons. The collective brain trust behind The Simpsons clearly have some psychic abilities that us mere mortals will simply never understand. Way back in season 11, The Simpsons aired an episode in which future Lisa becomes president of the United States. While she's in the Oval Office, she mentions how Donald Trump's presidency caused debt for the country, and Lisa was left to pick up the pieces. This episode premiered back in the year 2000, when Trump's presidential run was not on anyone's radar.
As you know, we've inherited quite a budget crunch from President Trump. How bad is it, Secretary Van Houten?
We're broke. Even Matt Groening admitted that he didn't think Trump would really become president when he was campaigning in 2016. But we can only assume that Groening was just trying to throw us off his track.
Sorry I'm late. I've been racking my brain trying to think of something to cut from the budget.
Let us know which one of these sitcom predictions gave you the creeps in the comments.
It's actually kind of interesting to find out what people are doing. Remember Andrea Rich?
That tall girl that wouldn't sleep with you?
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.